Welcome back to the ground floor, the series where we talk to students, builders, creators, and future leaders about what they're building right now before the world fully sees it. Today I'm sitting with Ethan Canterberry. We're talking about college life, ambition, what comes next after school, and advice for the next generation walking on the campus this fall. What's up, Ethan?
How we doing? Good to be here.
Glad to have you. So I guess I want to start by saying we want to make this like chill.
Yeah.
I don't want to do too much, make it, too professional. You already finished school, right? You're done for the year. I'm right?
Yes. Start my internship this summer.
So when do you start the internship?
June 1st is whenever I'm getting onboarded, and then June 15th for a couple of days I'll be in Chicago.
Okay, so you have to leave town for that?
Yes.
So you'll be in Chicago the whole time?
No, just for a week.
A week?
Basically for onboarding with everybody else that are interns.
Okay.
And then with Gallagher as well.
Okay, well, so will it be is it two separate things, or is it all connected to Gallagher?
All connected to Gallagher.
Okay, cool. So I guess, since we talked about that, give the people a quick introduction of who you are, what college you went to, what your major was, and then a little bit more about your internship coming up.
Okay. Well, my name's Ethan Canterberry. I'm from Gardendale, Alabama. Go to Samford University in Homewood, Alabama. I'm going into my last semester of my senior year in December. That's when I graduate. I have an internship this summer with Gallagher. It's an insurance brokerage. And so about that, we'll go into there. It's going to be in Homewood, and I start there June 1st. I'll be, shadowing, producer associates. You got the VP president there, and
Cool.
Just learning. I'm going to be soaking it all in. My next semester, my last semester, I'm really going to be into the risk management classes. So basically, what I'm going to be shadowing this summer. So that's like a good jump ahead. Going into these classes to already have an understanding and. Like some of my classmates, they won't even be in internships like this.
Right.
So being that role model in these classes, being able to stand up and take charge a little bit more than normal people would or normal students would, very grateful for it. It's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, no, you're not lying. So for the people who don't know, right? We're in the state of Alabama. You got UA, University of Alabama. You have University of Alabama at Birmingham. You have University of South Alabama.
You got Auburn. You got Samford. You got North Alabama. You got UAH, Huntsville.
Right. So what, out of all those colleges, like why did you choose Samford? What was it about Samford?
Okay, so I love answering this question. So I'm religious, so I'm a Christian, and I take it very serious whenever it comes to, either mentoring people, like, just walking the way of life as Jesus did, and teaching people, helping them learn. I'm a big advocate for helping people. I love to help people, homeless downtown Birmingham. I help out whenever I can. And so, I chose Samford. It's more like-minded people, Everybody's at Samford is most of the time wanting to live like Jesus and, professing his word. And so I think surrounding myself with those types of people was more beneficial than, and this is not docking, Alabama or UA or, University of Auburn, but, the party life. I'm in a fraternity, but it's more than just partying with us. It's, brotherhood and being able to lead and lean on each other. That's what I was looking for whenever I was, rushing. But Samford, it's all about who you are and, what kind of impact they're looking for. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Samford, alumni especially, that's whenever I was going through the application process, I was like, okay, who is a Samford alumni? This is one of my first times hearing about this school because I was wanting to go to Auburn. I'm an Auburn fan, but also looking at UTK, which is University of Tennessee in Knoxville. I want to go outside of Alabama because I've always lived here. Didn't really travel much. Yeah. Wanted to branch out. I wanted to be away from my family as much as I love my family. I just, I wanted to do something on my own.
Your own.
Yeah. I wanted to be a man.
Be a man.
And so, and then my parents were like, you know what? You're going to go to Samford because you're going to get the most out of it. You're going to grow up as a man. Yeah. the people that you're going to be around is who you're wanting to, grow up to be,
Right, absolutely.
These are role models, and these people are the same age as you.
Yeah.
And that really hit an impact on me, and it's not so bad. It really isn't. Listening to mentors especially, but also like your family and even your friends. Like if they give good advice, they told me go to Samford, get that degree, work hard, work your butt off, because at the end of the day, as cliche as it sounds, it's all up to you. All it is.
No, it is. So you decided on Samford. Maybe had a little bit of outside influence on that.
A little bit.
But then you were big on like-minded people. When you went to Samford, you had everybody has their expectation, right? This is what it's going to be like. Even if you try to leave some leeway, it's like, this is what it's going to be like. Get to go out. What was something that happened when you got there that didn't go with your expectations?
So, I went to Marion, South Alabama on the Black Belt. Very country.
Yeah.
Not a lot going on out there. Love the people, though. Remind me of home. But that expectation, it was very strict. You had a schedule, uniform, and then graduating from there after 2 years, getting my associates. I was expecting, I'm gonna get freedom. I get to do what I want.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have to be strict with my schedule, because that's how I thrive. I thrive on a schedule, man. I'm just. If I don't have a schedule for the week, what am I going to do?
Yeah, you're lost.
Yeah, exactly.
You're lost, yeah.
So when I came to Samford, I think my expectation was I'm here to meet as much people or as many people as I can.
Yeah.
Because I don't know nobody.
Right.
I had maybe
coming
2
out
people.
of military school too. Yeah.
I had maybe 2 people from my high school that were going there currently.
Yeah.
But I wasn't close with them enough.
Is the rate of people who go from military school to just straight to the military, is that a higher number of that than go to college? Or
you got the academies, so this is just like a whole different world.
Mm-hmm.
This is nothing like Samford or nothing like UA or Auburn or your SEC schools, anything like that. These people are going into academies like West Point. You got the Naval Academy. West Point's the Army Academy.
Mm-hmm.
But you got these people who are going in, and you have the military school Marion that we went to.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have these academies that are just way more prestigious, way more, core driven of this is what you're going to do. This is what life is going to look like.
Right, okay.
And, I don't know much or enough to speak on it. A lot of my friends, they can speak on it a lot more than I could because, they're at the academies.
Right.
But from seeing what they send me, their photos, their experiences right now, just talking about it a little bit. Yeah. They're busy. Yeah, they're busy, 100%. And they don't get this freedom,
Right.
A lot of them are always there studying, 24/7.
So are you saying that when you went to Samford, what you expected was more freedom? Was it not like that?
I expected freedom, but I also expected this is going to be hard. This is going to be harder than the military school.
Okay.
Not physically or mentally. But studying, I guess you could say mentally,
This is different.
Yeah,
Whole new world.
It's a different game you're playing.
Right.
Marion, I'm playing physically.
Right.
Samford, I'm playing mentally. I've always been the type of person I didn't have to study for any test. If I saw the material, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep on rolling.
Mm-hmm.
But Samford,
a little different.
We're gonna check again. We're gonna make sure we study a little bit. I don't know. It's different, man. Different
cool.
type of world, and going from high school to Marion really changed my perspective on life of, okay, well, I'm on my own right now.
Yeah.
I got it. This is me.
Yeah.
And that's what I go back to. It's it's all up to yourself. It's all up to you to make it happen. If you can't make it happen, then you have people to lean on. But I'm the type of person, it's I'm going to try to struggle on my own,
Yeah.
I like the struggle. And, always find mentors, but I didn't read a lot.
Mm-hmm.
My fault though. But I honestly I should. But I like to read on stuff that I care about. Well, there's a guy, I'm sure you probably know him, David Goggins.
Oh yeah, of course.
That was
get back to running.
Yeah, that was my idol at the military school because the struggle, his family life is just horrible. I read his Can't Hurt Me book.
Yeah.
Great book to read.
Yeah.
But that didn't really transfer over to Samford. Mm-hmm. That was the hard part for me is I got to find something that I can not idolize, but it's just
model after.
Yeah, I need somebody that also went through here, like these footsteps. Not that I could follow directly, but I have an idea.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a first-generation college student. Nobody else in my family ever went to college.
It seems as if like you learn, because at first you were like, I like to struggle by myself, and there still may be some extent of that, right? But like it seems as if you learned early, I probably should struggle with other people.
Yeah, it would have made my life a lot easier.
Collaborative effort.
And that's what we did at military school, you know?
Yeah.
One of my best friends, John Thomas, he struggled a lot before he came to Marion, even at Marion. I mean, we had some good guys there, some real good guys.
Yeah.
I mean, one went through BUDS, which is the Navy SEALs, and then another one just became a Green Beret. Like, these guys are hardcore.
Drown 'em, boys.
Hardcore guys. I mean, but, you know, they're built for it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not so much built for it. You know, I'm a smaller guy, smaller stature, but, you know, I'm good at studying. I'm good at books. I mean, and that leads into Gallagher, into internship.
Heard. Ant, man, it's like I want you to keep this in here too, because the people need to know that Ant's being funny behind the camera while we're trying to be serious.
I can't even look at it.
No, I was laughing at the way that you were like, John boys.
That's funny.
Hey man, I got a lot of military in the family. You know, a lot of friends that were friends with my sister. She did 4 tours in Afghanistan.
Blessing.
Yeah, well, she passed on now. But yeah, right. Crazy. So I definitely like get that world, and I definitely know every year somebody drowns in BUDS. I'm not saying they die, but we have to resuscitate once a year probably at least, you know. But at the same time, it's like if we don't have people who are going to push that limit,
there's a boundary, and then they break that boundary.
Yeah, if we don't have people who are going to push that limit even here on a training level, then we can't expect them to do that when it matters for us on the forefront in war. So I have to 100% support it. So I will always say, drown them, boys, you know? So versus when you first got, I know you said like there were changes, right? But versus when you first got there as opposed to right now, like you're leaving, you're going to your internship, what would you say about the difference in who you were as a person? Like, this is what type of person I was when I got there. This is who I feel like I am now.
So the type of person I was leaving from Marion directly, going into that summer right before Samford.
Yeah.
So I did this like summer camp with kids. It was cool. You know, I mean,
Very
military academy for them. There's an all-boys school in Camp Hill, Alabama, near Auburn.
Yeah.
Really neat. That was really fun, getting to see kids like kind of grow up of seeing these role models, because a lot of guys that went with me from the military school. But back then, I was more focused on who can I be going into Samford? How can I change myself to be like not fitting like a role or a role like a model of somebody that's already at Samford.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people there already, but being true to myself, being true to who I came from and like what I am, and molding into somebody that just grows, just constantly growing. That's what I wanted to do. And so when I was leaving Marion, going into Samford, I think I was so focused on freedom, you know, because I'm not going to lie, like it was not fun at Marion. It was not. I mean, you weren't there to have fun.
Right.
I mean, you're in school, you're paying to go there. But to be fair, I didn't get sent there. So let's set the record straight. I did not get sent to Marion. It was optional. But going into Samford, man, I'm serious. Like it was so focused on freedom, so focused on what can I do now? Like, what do I get to do now that I didn't get to? You know, I want to go to the bars with my buddies. Well, you know.
Or the fact that it's an all-boys school.
Well, Marion wasn't.
Okay.
Marion, we had girls there, but I mean, the guy-to-girl ratio was probably like 9-1, 10-1.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Basically an all-boys school.
Yeah, and the girls who were there are probably not focused on boys.
There was a lot of that, but also like some of the girls were more manly than I was. So you had that going. But the people at Samford, when you first get there, it's like they're so welcoming.
Yeah.
And they don't care about what you had going on, before Samford. They care about what you're bringing to the table and, you know, what type of person you're going to be while you're there.
Yeah.
And they're looking to grow with you. And there's some really good people at Samford, some really good people at Marion.
Old girls flipping the tire, the 700-pound tire, 45 times, and Ethan's just like, dude, what is going on?
Carrying a log by herself. Carrying a log by herself.
Would you say you learned more inside the classroom or outside the classroom? Or would you say it's even now, especially where you are now, like making all these connections, you're getting out of college?
No, I mean, I will say, like, you learn a lot in the classroom, but it's more, they're testing you on what they're teaching you. They're not, you're not learning the real world, like, mentors that I have. There's a guy here, he's in insurance. It's what I want to do.
Right.
But it's totally different than the classroom.
Right.
When you first get into early classrooms for business, it's like you're just coloring books, basically. It's that easy. Like, I'd never studied for my freshman year of business, never studied for a test. Obviously didn't cheat because I didn't have to. It was so easy. But now as you get into upper levels, like counting, that was...
Yeah.
It's hard to put that in perspective with this, but with insurance, I'll do that. I'll go into that.
Yeah.
Learning outside the classroom is so much more beneficial because you get to see it on paper. You get to see it right in front of you, like being personable.
Yeah.
You can't teach that. I mean, you can kind of develop it. You can develop anything.
Right.
Practice, But learning it, I mean, you gotta go outside.
I think it's important to say this, right? If you're in the right space, college can be beneficial. Mm-hmm. But while you're in that space and doing that, whatever that is in college, what I'm hearing is that it's just as important to be making those connections out of the classroom in that same space that you're learning the material on, right?
The people that are already in the industry will tell you that exact same thing.
And you don't have to, this is for the people watching, right? Like, you don't have to wait for that. Or you don't have to wait to have a job or an internship. You can get on LinkedIn. You can go to this person and ask this professor about this person. You can go to alumni and whatever. Yeah, I think that's important that we iterate that too, because there's a lot of people that, regardless of how certain people in this part of the world feel about college and this people feel about college, it still exists, and there are still people going. There's going to be a lot of people after you that go. I think it's important that we at least give them some type of foundation to build off of, where, like, let's say there's a guy just like you, and he watches this, he's going to learn, okay, this is what I need to do. Maybe I have my own plan, I figure out my own pieces to the puzzle, but, like, these are the things I can avoid, these are the mistakes I can avoid. I think that's cool that we're getting to that point now in this.
I just want to put this in. I had a professor, my favorite ones. This guy worked for Microsoft.
Word?
Had a successful career at Microsoft. Yeah. Especially in, I think he worked for HP and Dell. He worked for
back in the day, yeah.
Yeah. And so he built a good career, and the only reason that he is where he's at now is because of his connections. And this is also what we learned in this class. It's a leadership value class. Mm-hmm. Managerial values, it was called. Build a culture that you want to be a part of, but also the one that you want to lead. Mm-hmm. So if there's a bad culture already there in the workplace, if you can change it, if you can convert it to a really good culture, you're going to be valuable there. And they're going to notice that. And if they don't notice that, then probably not the spot you need to be in.
That's very true. That's really true. The fact that you got that now is kind of crazy. There's a lot of people that deal with that in their 30s, 40s that haven't got that yet. I think one thing I wanted to touch on, specifically, outside of, the other questions that I may have had or whatever it was, a lot of people are pretending.
Okay.
So in your experience, was, the biggest thing you saw people pretend to be or to know that they weren't or that they didn't know? What it's a common theme almost.
As in me networking, meeting people?
Just in general, something that you noticed that how you have that realization moment where you're like, dude, everybody's faking it.
Yeah.
What was that moment about? What was the subject of them faking it?
I don't know. I feel like I just, even with Greek life, man, that's mm-hmm. where you just talk to so many people and you have so many deep conversations, going through Rush, these news guys coming in, they'll tell you, and this is not really Samford directly, but
right.
I'll dive into more Samford directly, but this is kind of the first thing that came to mind was these guys are telling you who you think they want to be, mm-hmm. And you're like, wait a minute, I want you to be you.
Right.
Like, regardless if we accept you or not. Like,
Got you. Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
because that's what's going to tell me if you're like really nice or really cool or like you're like somebody I want to be around.
Right.
If you're lying to me, like right
It's
off the
weird
bat,
off the jump. Yeah.
I
What
don't
are we
like it.
doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, but Samford directly, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people that want to fit in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's say, for example, you know, their buddies are going to accounting and finance.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw a lot, like, even I did this. I wanted to be a finance bro, you know? I want to do this, I want to do that. But, so I chose the route of accounting and finance. It wasn't who I was, you know? I just thought, everybody else is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
This has got to be possible. Like, this has got to be easy. I don't know what I want to do in college yet, but I got to figure it out. So I'm going to start taking risks. I want to start just jumping in, you know?
Excuse me.
And I learned really quickly, we're going to have to figure out who I am. And so,
Yeah, that's good though.
but like figuring out who you are is so much easier. Like whenever you just get to talking to people that are not judgmental or that they're accepting of who you are as a person,
Yeah.
and that you're willing to work. Like that's the one that's like willing to work.
Yeah.
I don't know, just putting effort, just talking to people. But yeah, a lot of people were faking it just right off the bat, just because they didn't know what they wanted to do, but they saw everybody else that were sort of successful at what they were doing, but 9 times out of 10 they were faking it too. Fake it till you make it.
Right. And that's a real thing, and we understand it, and it's cool, but I feel like there's like that like line that we don't draw.
Yeah.
So people don't know like when they're pushing it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you ever been in a situation where like you're in a circle of people or you're in a group of people, everyone in the group knows they're lying.
Yeah.
But no one says a word.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it gets really awkward though if you say something.
But sometimes those habitual liars like don't know they're lying sometimes.
Yeah.
They
They're
lie
just
so
talking the talk.
much that they don't know that it's a lie sometimes. They're just saying it. And I think sometimes in my experience being the person that speaks up about that kind of stuff, sure, it can have negative effects, and sometimes it's best to mind your business, but it also can have positive effects. I've had plenty of people who still to this day like, hey man, I'm just like really grateful that you spoke up about that. Like no one did, and like if it wouldn't have been for you, I wouldn't have had that moment to like sit and really look that over and be like, might have pissed me off, but like he was right, you know.
Yeah.
I know you got to get to work, so we won't hold you for too long. What does success look like for you in the next 6 months, in the next year, the next 5 years?
So 6 months, completing my internship, which would be in 3 months, but the 6-month mark, you know, starting my last semester in school with the right mindset, you know, confidence, especially what I learned during the internship, going into these higher level insurance classes that before this internship I had no idea what I'm talking about, you know. You know, the 1 year mark, it'll be around this time. I mean, you know, into my career.
Yeah.
Really pushing hard, building that book of business, those connections, finding, you know, never stop finding mentors. It's helpful. I mean, it's hard to do things on your own in today's society. I mean, you're always looking for a helping hand, and not that like it like belittles you or anything like that, or makes you less valuable as a person, but you're looking for help.
Right.
And you're also giving help.
Right.
Like when you can. 3 year mark. Ooh, I love to look ahead like this. I wanna move to London. That's the jump.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you said that because I was literally like, if you didn't say it, that was going to be the next thing I talked about. I was like, okay, tell the people about London.
So, Lloyd's of London, that, you know, the insurance capital, other than Chicago, you know. That's just where it's at. But, yeah, insurance capital over there, I think it'd be really neat to expand into international insurance. You know, I like to read a little bit on this, just, you know, to me reading is boring, but if you read on stuff that you actually care about, it's not boring at all.
Yeah.
So importing and exporting, like those risk of like, you know, say we're exporting a certain good to, let's say England, and they, you know, they're receiving it, so you have to go through customs, you know, you have to do all this, you have to get those papers. Well, mitigating the risk on that, I feel like that'd be kind of fun because you're getting to deal with.
Here he goes. Mitigating the risk. He's there, boy.
Yeah, London. I've been one time.
Yeah.
And visiting family over there, and it's really cool. I as growing up, I didn't really understand like they're sleeping right now.
Oh
like,
yeah,
there's people like.
Yeah, it's 9:41 their time right
they're,
now. Yeah.
They're asleep or going to bed or working or whatever. There's people over there right now that exist.
Right.
And they may have the same goal as me or the same dream as me, but to move over here.
Right.
So and I see all these guys online do this, like they're going traveling, whatever. I want to do that. What's stopping me from doing that?
Travel bros.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, I'm 23. There's no, I don't have
Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
There is no limit, really. I don't even know. First of all, why do they say that? Ant, can you look that up?
Yeah.
Why do they say the sky is the limit? And then while Ant looks that up, I want to close with this because I know you got to go. You're talking to a freshman. Okay. They're not even a freshman yet. They're coming out of senior year of high school.
Incoming freshman from high school.
Incoming. Brand new, spanking new. No one in their families went to college, or maybe a couple.
Okay.
What's the most important thing in your experience that you would tell them that needs to stick in their head for the rest of the 4 years that they have ahead?
I like this question. Be the best person you can be. Try your hardest on every little thing and just get involved. That doesn't mean specifically on just Greek life or activities around the school campus, but networking, because networking is going to save your life when it comes to getting a job out of college.
Yeah, it is.
I've seen it. I've seen it. Get to know everybody, be friends with everybody, be nice.
Yeah.
Be nice. Be a compassionate person.
Good character.
Yeah. An honorable person is going to go far.
You're right.
It's going to go farther than the dishonorable most of the time. So, try your hardest. Do the best you can with what you can do. I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have took a little bit more time on things, instead of rushing. Mm-hmm. I rushed on a couple of things that I wish I could go back and fix. Those 2 years at Marion, I rushed those. Mm-hmm. I should have met more people. I found these couple guys that and they're still my best friends,
Yeah.
I talk to them every day. I was talking to him this morning.
Easier said than done. So what?
It is.
The last thing I want you to say before we get out of here is, because that's easier said than done, what are 2 things that actually helped you in those situations where the reason why you understand you shouldn't have rushed, in those situations you didn't rush and things aligned and worked out for you perfectly? What were you doing differently?
I feel like I could have, differently I could have done just taking my time on things, like genuine conversations go farther. I feel like I could have.
Like reaching out to people.
And not just reaching out for seeing the fruit at the end of the tunnel, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Reaching out with good intentions of, hey, how you doing, man? Are you okay? Do you need anything? I'm always here.
Yeah.
Genuine relationships.
Having love for people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the main one.
Goes back to being Christ-like, yeah.
Exactly. Putting, the same foot he put forward. That's what Samford's all about, though. Their motto is "For God, for learning forever," and
okay, cool.
That's what I wish I did, is really understood that motto or that message.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm in my last semester now. Obviously can't change it, but if I could, that's what I would do.
That's what you would do.
Yeah, take my time.
So, this has been Ground Floor. I'm Franklin. This is Ethan. What if they're wanting to go to Samford? Specifically, we talk about business mostly here, right? If they want to get into business, who's their contact at Samford?
Even I could be your contact.
Ethan can be your contact.
If you need that. But I think you would have to talk to. There's a lady named Dana Waldrop, really informational. She's top at Brock School of Business, which is our business school at Samford. that would be a good person to talk to. I
Yeah.
mean, even admissions, like just emailing them, it's not hard to find.
Yeah.
You know, Samford admissions on Google. The email's there, the phone number's there. I mean, if you want to go to Samford, it's a good school. I mean, it really is. It's expensive, but the degree is prestigious, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, for sure. I know a contact at Sanford, Savannah Gordon. She went there. Her mom is the executive assistant to the dean, I think. So School of Fine Arts, we're coming for them. We want to talk to some of those people for sure. But I really do appreciate you.
Thank you.
Guys, this has been The Ground Floor.